Hi, I'm disability lawyer David Brannon. In this video, I'm going to answer the question of whether you can force the insurance company to pay 100% of your legal fees if you are successful in your long-term disability claim. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and leave us your comments. We'd love to get those comments. So if you are involved in a long-term disability claim or lawsuit, you may have heard through the grapevine that there are some people getting paid 100% of their legal fees back if they're successful in bringing a lawsuit against the long-term disability insurance company. I've seen this topic come up on the forum that we run at Resolute Legal that we sponsor, and there's this idea out there that it's now a thing that you can get 100% of your legal fees reimbursed. So I want to talk about where this idea comes from and how likely it is that you would be able to get 100% of your legal fees reimbursed. Where does this idea come from? Well, there was a famous case, sort of famous within the disability world case out of British Columbia back in 2017, where the judge awarded when I say awarded, it just means they required the insurance company to reimburse the person who brought the disability claim 100% of her legal fees. She was denied long-term disability, she sued them, 4 years later it went to court, she was successful at court, and after the court was done, what's normally done is people would get somewhere between 40 and 50% of a reimbursement on their legal fees, but the judge in that case gave 100%. That caused everyone to kind of sit up and say, whoa, what's going on here? And caused quite a kerfuffle within the disability insurance industry. Now, what happened next is that insurance company appealed that case to the Court of Appeal of British Columbia, and the Court of Appeal upheld the case. So the Court of Appeal said that we're going to let this stand, that the judge has a lot of discretion in these cases, and in this case, the judge believed that reimbursing 100% of the fee was a reasonable thing to do, and that we're not going to interfere with that. Now, it's important to know that the Court of Appeal they laid it out very clearly and said we reject the idea that this is an automatic thing in disability claims. So it's important to know that the Court of Appeal clarified that this is not a new thing that'll apply to any disability, any successful disability claim. They specifically said that it will not apply to that, okay? So they said this will still be a case-by-case thing. Just because you have a disability claim and you go to court and are successful, you are not automatically going to get 100% of your legal fee. It's going to come down to the facts. And in this case, there were specific facts. The judge believed it was reasonable to do it. Just so you know that the not content to have lost at the Court of Appeal, the insurance company took it to the Supreme Court of Canada, and I checked on it this morning, and it does look like the Supreme Court of Canada declined to take on the case. So what happens is when you appeal things up to the Supreme Court of Canada, that is the main court for all of Canada. They will only take on cases of national importance. The insurance company felt like this was of national importance, and the Supreme Court of Canada disagreed. When they disagree with these things, it is sort of like they're sort of endorsing it, saying, we don't see a big enough problem here to overturn this case, but they're not exactly saying that we 100% agree with it. They're just saying it's not important for us to deal with this, so take it for what you will. So right now in Canada, we have this one case in British Columbia, affirmed by the Court of Appeal, that said, at least in some situations, a successful person who takes a disability insurance company to court can get 100% of the legal fees. So what does that mean for you? Well, it does not mean that you can negotiate 100% of your legal fees from insurance companies. This is one case that, from what I can tell, has not been followed anywhere else successfully in any other province. Not to say that it won't, but it so far has not. So it is not something you're going to be able to negotiate with your insurance company. They're going to say, yeah, that's one case in British Columbia. We're in Ontario. We're going to do it like we do it in Ontario. If you go to court and you're successful in your case, you can certainly bring this up. There's no case right now that goes to court and we win at a trial that I'm not going to argue for 100% of legal fees. But for that to happen, you actually have to go to court, win the case, have the insurance company not agree to pay the full legal fee, and then go and argue before the court. That's how this is going to happen. Now, the reason you don't see these things cropping up everywhere is because how rare it is for cases to go to court in long-term disability claims, and then after that, win, right? You can go to court and lose, and then obviously this is not going to happen. So you have to have a case that's successful, and then you would bring this to the judge to say, give this person the full reimbursement. But you should not, I repeat, not expect to get this in just general negotiations with the insurance company, because frankly, it's not widely accepted. Just because it was accepted in the Court of Appeal in BC does not mean it's going to be accepted anywhere else. And even in BC, they said this is not the general rule. This was an exceptional case. So it's always going to be, can you say that your case is enough like that one that you should be reimbursed? A lawyer would be able to tell you and help compare your case to that case and give you some sense, but it doesn't mean you should give up. You should try to fight for this when you can, but it's not something that's going to come automatically. So there you have it. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. And if you like the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave those comments. We'd love to get back to you on those. Take care, and we'll see you next time.